Hi and welcome. I'm John Everts from California Leasing and Management. This is This Week in Santa Clarita Real Estate. And today we are here with the lovely Linda Mendoza from HomeSmart Real Estate. How are you today?
Hi, Michael. Doing good. Thank
Good.
you so much.
Really thank you for coming out and joining us to talk real estate. And we got a chance to chat a little bit before we started filming, and we have some super interesting stuff that we want to get into. But before we do that, let's talk about how long you've been doing real estate, where you kind of specialize geographically, and then we'll get into some of the nitty-gritty.
Absolutely. So I have been a realtor for 7 years. I started off in property management about a decade ago.
Okay. I know that industry.
Yes, you sure do. Total expert here. So I'm very honored to be here today. Thank you so much for having me. Let's see here. So
now you're based in Woodland Hills, is that right? So like if you had a geographic area that was your specialty, and it can be big, maybe tell us about that.
Absolutely. Well, I go kind of from macro to micro, depending, where my clients are looking for and where at, which vicinity, which zip codes. I have a degree in urban development. So
that's so interesting.
Yeah, I see the big picture and then narrow it down depending on what my client's criteria is. So my office is in Northridge. And I service San Fernando Valley through Woodland Hills down to Santa Clarita. I've gone to Palmdale.
Okay.
So I go all the way to Pasadena, East LA, El Sereno. Really anywhere that my clients would like to go, especially how just affordability has changed over time,
Totally.
right? And so then I get the picture of what it is, what vicinity they're looking for, certain school district, whatever that may be, that is my client's needs, and then I narrow it down to, finding what's out there for them.
Very cool. So we talked about something that I really want to bring up because I think it's so cool. You are, and I love this when I meet someone who's in real estate and they're motivated more by the community than they are by the dollars. And we were talking about that a little bit earlier about how much you're involved in the community. Can you tell us a bit about your community involvement and how that kind of connects your business to the really grassroots of the community?
Absolutely. Well, for me, community advocacy is extremely important because this is where we live.
Yes, I couldn't agree more.
Our children grow up here.
Yep.
Our generations are going to be here. And so knowing what's happening in the community is extremely important, and being part of the community for me is extremely important as well. A number of times a year we do community events for children and their families to enjoy, like pumpkin carving contests, pictures with Santa, Easter hunts, pictures with the Easter Bunny. We bring the Easter Bunny to schools, we bring Santa to daycares, whatever it is that we can do to be of service to bring joy into our neighbors' faces is really what fills my heart. At the moment, we're doing a toy drive and a jacket drive for Hope the Mission.
Cool. Yeah. So you're being a little modest here. You told me you were on the board for Hope the Mission, right?
Yes.
Which, that's amazing, by the way. So tell us a little bit about that. Don't just gloss over the jacket drive. Let's tell people about it.
Absolutely. I appreciate you bringing that up. Really, it's an honor to be a board member of Hope the Mission. I have been part of Hope the Mission for about 5-6 years now.
Awesome.
They started growing. They started their tiny homes.
Now, for people who don't know, because I didn't know this,
yes.
This used to be called Hope of the Valley,
Correct.
Which is what you probably heard. It's now called Hope the Mission.
Correct.
Sorry, I just wanted to say that. Okay.
No, yeah, I appreciate you clarifying that, because social media is still changing from Hope of the Valley to Hope the Mission, so you'll see the discrepancy in both of the names throughout. Yes, so Hope of the Valley originally started, it's been 10 years next year is the 10th year anniversary for Hope of the Valley, which is now Hope of the Mission. And they started off doing advocacy and homeless outreach. They do a lot of accounts of homeless throughout LA. And now we've expanded past the valley. That's why we shifted to Hope the Mission, because now it's not just a mission
One
for the
valley.
valley. Yeah. We are heading out to Central California, like Merced area, even Sacramento.
Wow.
Yes. So really Hope the Mission, it catches my heart because we've seen how homelessness has increased in Los Angeles in the last decade drastically. It's affecting us residents' quality of life as well, right? And then we're seeing people literally dying on the streets. We're driving through, I have family from out of states that want to come visit Hollywood, and it's an embarrassment at times, right? And so what they've done is, develop systems to be able to house the homeless community in a dollar amount that is not as expensive as when we've seen certain homes being built for $700,000 for the homeless. It's like, that's ridiculous. Where is all this money going to? $700,000 to bring up 4 or 5 people that are in need. That's a lot. And so Hope the Mission has a budget about $150K for a tiny home, and it's permanent housing, and it's like, okay, now that's a solution there.
That is
doable.
Very, very cool. And I love, because that fits so neatly with what you're doing for a living, right? You're helping people buy and sell homes. And when you're in that industry, when you work in that industry, and you see how difficult it is for an affluent person to find a place to live, when you're talking about someone who doesn't have the money and they still need a place to live, it's not just that it tugs on your heartstrings, it's that it's a real issue. So kudos to you for getting involved in that. I love that you're involved in the community that you live and work in, and I hope the people that are watching your video really understand how big of a deal that is. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit. I wanted to talk to you about something else, because you have a relationship that I haven't heard of before that I think is really unique and could bring a lot of value to your clients, which is the professional relationship you have with some of these credit unions. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Once again, it's an honor to be of service to the community, and being part of the Home Rewards program for a number of credit unions. It's really amazing, because credit unions have a phenomenal relationship with their members. It's the type of
and they're generous to the community typically.
Absolutely.
Much different than the big banks.
Yes, I've partnered with Logic's credit unions for a handful of events, with Schools First for a handful of community events, because their heart is really there for the community. It's really there for the members. The members always comes first, and we actually capitalize the M in members, because the member is capitalized, right? The member always comes first. And so really my heart is always to be of service. So being in a partnership with, Schools First, Logic's Credit Union, Firefighters First, it's like, it fills my heart, because I'm helping members that are looking to buy a home, and I'm here to guide them. So I'm here to use my expertise, my knowledge, and my experience, to really guide them through the complex process of buying a home.
Yeah, and it is complex, and it is difficult. And for your real estate agent to have an intimate relationship with the credit union that's getting you the loan for the home, that is a big piece. If you haven't purchased a home before and looked at the dynamics between the agents and the lenders, it's a very important relationship. So that's a really great value.
Absolutely.
Well, before we jam, is there anything else that we didn't talk about that you would love to talk about?
I do want to give a shout out to my sister.
Okay.
So my sister is amazing. She's my younger sister. We're about 7 years apart, and she's getting ready to take her bar exam. So.
Whoa.
Yes,
awesome.
I'm so excited for her. Her goal is to be of service to the immigration community. So to do immigration law is what her goal is. And I just want to give her a shout out, because I'm so thankful to have her in my life.
What's her name?
Her name's Michelle.
Michelle
Mendoza.
Good job. You guys are out there doing the good work for real. And that's not easy work. Immigration law and homelessness, those are huge issues that require a ton of work and resources. So thank you very much for being involved in that.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
Oh, loved it. This was a fun conversation.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, you too. And I'm John Everts with California Leasing, and this has been This Week in Santa Clarita Real Estate.